Ramona, what is the latest on Joel Embiid? He's been out, of course, since March 12th with a bone bruise on his left knee.
Well, there's some debate within the Sixers about when he should come back, but he is ready to go. Joel Embiid, if it was not a COVID year, if he didn't have to fly private, he might even be playing tomorrow night in Cleveland. But there's some question, is Saturday the right day for him to come back? He's going to be, they have a game against the Timberwolves at home, just the first game back after getting back from a long road trip. I asked Doc Rivers about this yesterday, and he said, look, he's ready to go. He looks good. He feels good. But the issue for them is they want him to come back and stay back. They don't want him to come back for one game and then sit out a game. He said, if you come back for one game and then you're out again, that means you're not ready. So the final call on Joel Embiid playing potentially as soon as Saturday will be made based on whether he thinks he can stay back.
Well, Richard, it's not a surprise that Embiid himself is raring to go. If he is able to get back to action on Saturday, what does that do to the MVP race?
Well, I think it brings the MVP race back to where it should be, right? You want guys to be healthy. My thing is that with Jokic, I watched Jokic. I called the game against New Orleans where Zion went for 39 and missed 2 shots. And it was like Jokic was the best player on the floor. His game was moving so slow for him. And he could be the MVP. But he would also be the MVP because the 1 and 2 guys got hurt in the third part of the season. So I think getting the MVP race and getting these guys back healthy and really seeing who the best player in the game is this year is important.
It's very important, but, there's a guy in Brooklyn.
I was going to say.
Is saying, what about me? Even though he left Houston, James Harden, in a bad way, the numbers he's putting up without KD, without Kyrie, you got to put him in the conversation. I know we want to say, okay, he doesn't play defense and all this stuff, but what he's doing
for playing defense in Brooklyn. If you watch those games, James Harden is playing defense.
Yeah, he's playing defense.
I'm not saying he's a lockdown defender, Richard, making faces over there.
He's giving him the maximum effort. He's doing the best he can do defensively, and that's what you want. James Harden right now, you look at his game, you look at his step back, you look at his assists, you look what he's doing, 40 points anytime he wants to. He's a walking bucket. So
James Harden is doing what James Harden has always done. That's my thing. James Harden is doing. He's always been one of the most dominant scorers.
But the thing is, he's doing that when people are hurt, and so that hurts you when people are hurt. Because LeBron James was my MVP. If he comes back soon, he still is. But if he stays out a little bit longer, that hurts him.
Agreed.
Yeah, and look, with James Harden, the consistency that he's played with in Brooklyn, we saw what happened with the Clippers when so many guys were in and out of the lineup. Well, that's not happening necessarily with the Nets because James Harden is there every day.
And he's consistent all the time.
He's not
all
the monster.
His whole career.
Right? And look, I will say this about James Harden and the Houston thing. We give players only one route to get out of a team situation. A team can trade them anytime. We give players one playbook, and he played the playbook. That is the way the NBA is set up right now. So, well,
I did that too, so I can't even complain.
Well,
I'm not even complaining about it.
I mean, but that's like what we have set up the paradigm that way for players. So I don't know if penalizing him for doing the thing that the system is set up for him to do makes sense. We will continue to discuss that, of course, as we go on.
You would vote for Harden right now?
You just stop. Every day, Richard's on the show.
Have a vote.
Who are you voting for?
I don't have a vote, so my opinion doesn't matter. I'm just asking. I'm asking the voters. Listen, we're trying to do a poll of of current voters.
I am an excellent voter, Richard, because I don't make decisions 2/3 of the way through the season. Thank you very much. I will say with Joel Embiid, the fact that the Sixers have been playing well in his absence, does that help his case, hurt his case? What
hurts his case? It hurts his case because you look at the other talent that they have on that team. You got Ben Simmons, you got Tobias Harris, you have a ton of high-level talent there. So you can see that, yes, while him being there makes them a favorite in the Eastern Conference, but if he's not there, they're still a high-level playoff team.
But look at his last game without him.
But that's just one game. We're looking at a larger sample size.
But here's the thing. He's still on that team, the best player on that team. The Sixers are in the East. The East is not as good as it used to be. So that's not saying much if the East is winning when he's not on the team. So I'm not going to buy into that because you still need a guy like Joel Embiid. He's a type of guy that can do so many different things for you.
Who's your MVP right now today if the voting?
I just said LeBron, man. Listen
but
up.
you just said that if he stays out, it's going to hurt him.
You said today.
You asked him a question.
Wait, did I ask that?
Yes.
When did I say that?
Just now.
Just now.
Right
I didn't say that. That's not true. Go to the tape. Can we get the review?
Yeah. Ramona Shelburne is also a voter. And guess what? She is also not making decisions 2/3 of the way through the season. Richard, no matter how much you try to pin either one of us down, Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.